In my 40 years on this planet, I have hired and trained and managed quite a few people, both in OnlyFans management and out of OnlyFans management. And I have come across I've created some, I guess, guidelines for myself for how to provide positive feedback, or specifically how and when to praise your team for anything, for what they do. Because there's a good way to do it and there's a not good way to do it. And if you reward, like, how do you train somebody really in the most base sense of the word? The way that you train somebody is you reward behavior that you want to see repeated, and you punish behavior that you want to stop. So this video, we're going to be talking about how to give the positive feedback, how to give the reward, and the negative feedback I will, I guess, say for another time. So how and when to praise your team. Now, I'll tell you right from the start what you do not want to do. What you do not want to do. Do not do this under any circumstances. I'm sure you've all done it. We've all done it. I've done it. But I make a conscious decision now to not do it. And that is, I do not ever say that somebody has potential. Never say that. That is the fucking kiss of death. In fact, if you want to curse your enemy, if you want to like make it so that they fail, they like guaranteed failure, you say, you know what, man, you've got a lot of potential, and that will fuck them in the ass. I promise you. Why? Here's why. Because when you tell somebody that they have potential, you are basically saying, I am complimenting you for being so super awesome, even though you haven't done shit. I am giving you a reward despite the fact that you have not earned the reward. And what ends up happening is that when this person is faced with the actual work that they need to do, which is uncomfortable, especially if it's new, especially if it's results-based, like sales, or in the case of a model, like creating content, like she needs to do reels or something, if you reward them without them actually doing anything, then they're not going to do the work. Because when it comes time for them to like record themselves and to do the TikTok or to do the reels, if they publish it and it doesn't get any views, then they're like, oh, well, you know, fuck this. Like, I have potential. So like, I don't need to do it. I would be successful at it if I did, but like, I know I have potential. Everybody tells me I have potential. So like, I'm not going to put myself through the discomfort of doing it. Obviously it's not everybody, it's not cut and dry like that, but like, you're not doing them any favors. And I believe you're actively harming them by telling them that they have potential, whether it's chatters, whether it's fucking models, whether it's anybody that you want to work for you or to do a thing for you. Do not tell them that if they just did it, they'd be really good, or I have a feeling you'll be really good, unless there's one, well, I wouldn't use the word potential at all, but I will tell you how to do it right now, because the way to get the most out of your team, regardless of who they are, is by rewarding the behaviors that you want to see more of. Think of proper and correct praise as a way to amplify, increase the frequency, and increase the intensity of the behaviors that you would like to see repeated. For example, if somebody, well, anyway, you get it. I'm going to fucking give you an example. Number one, and this is the most important one, which is why I'm putting it first. What do you think it is? What do you think it is? What do you think the best way? Well, I guess this is kind of different than how to praise your team. Anyway, the bottom line is praise them for effort. You want to reward effort. Oh my God. Effort. That is what you want to reward. You want to look for effort. You want to point out that they did put a lot of effort into whatever it is, and you want to reward the efforts with praise. So I'll tell you some things to say here. Some phrases that I like to say to people to get them conditioned to the idea that effort is really the difference maker. Effort is what will get them the results. Is I'll say things like, you know what, man, I can tell you're a really hard worker, and the hard workers here, they are the ones who make the most money. If it's a model, I'll be like, do you know why I love working with American models? Is because the American models that I work with are the hardest working models. Nobody puts more effort in to doing the right amount of content than the American models. Every American, like I ask for 25 reels a day. all the American girls that I have, they're doing 50, 75, 100 reels a day. Why? Because they're just workhorses. They just fucking work like crazy. Nobody works like Americans. Substitute American for British, fucking Argentinian, like whatever. Pick whatever you want. And if she buys into it, if she believes it, then she will rise to the occasion. Like, it depends how good of a how much of the Kool-Aid she's been drinking, right? Some girls like they don't care, right? But the ones who are like on board and all about it, they'll be like, oh, okay, effort, all right, a lot of work, okay, fine, I'll do it. And it's very valuable. And similarly, when hiring, let's say chatters, because that's a performance-based role, I'll say things like that as well. I'll say things like, if you send 100 messages and you make $50, then that means if you want to make, well, okay, I'll maybe play with the numbers a little bit, but like if you send 50 messages and you make $50, then you know that if you send 500 messages, you'll make $500. So all you have to do is just send more messages. All you have to do is put more effort into your chatting and you'll make more money. Another thing I'll say is like, I can tell you're going to be really good because I saw how much effort you put into X. And that's a lot of, hype it up a little bit. Be like, wow, I never seen anybody who did that much effort. You did such a good job. You did so much more work than everybody else. And everybody who I see that puts that much work into things, they always are successful. All my top guys did that, blah, blah, blah. Number 2, you want to praise them for results. Okay. Now, yes, effort is important and you want to reward the effort that they put in as long as they are following the instructions. But you also want to reward the results. I'm not saying don't reward the results, right? When you reward the results with praise, you want to point out to them that what got them the results was the efforts. Like, make that connection for them, please. But you do want to praise them for the results, right? And results for things that they directly did. For example, a model today told me that she had a reel going viral on Instagram and it got, 200,000 views in 24 hours, something like that. And I was like, damn, you are a fucking monster. You are a beast. Like, what did I say? It's like, you're a machine. They fucking love you, right? And that is a reward for the results, right? I am giving her a little treat and I am saying essentially, good doggy, here's a treat. When they come to me with information about something, some good result that they've gotten. So that positive hit of dopamine of me saying that, and this assumes, of course, that like they value your opinion and they care about the relationship and they are actively working for your praise, which I would argue, I don't know how other people run their agencies. I am very friendly with my models. Yes, it's business. And yes, I expect them to do what I ask them to do. But if I'm not like directly asking them, oh, I need you to give me this picture, I need you to give me this video, whatever, then like we're bros. You know what I mean? Like we're friends. We're the banter is there. Like we're casual. Like I'm fucking talking to you like you're one of my friends. And the reason for that is because I think it's the best way to get them to build a connection with you quickly. That's just like, I don't know, my opinion. I could be wrong. So what you want to do is you want to reward them for the results that they get, right? Anytime they come to you and they show you, oh, you got, I got this many views on the reel. I guess that's really what it comes down to, like for models, at least. For chatters, obviously it's much easier. Oh, I made a $1,500 sale. The reward, right? And this is one of the reasons why I like to keep all my chatters in a group so that they can all learn from each other and get to know each other. And it's like good team building and stuff. But it also gives you an excellent opportunity to elevate one of them if they do a really good job. If one of them does a really good job, I had a chatter the other day who fucking turned in a $1,500 sale. And I was like, wow, that's so amazing. Like you guys definitely need to pay attention to what he's doing. And I asked him, I was like, can you please make a guide about how you did that? I'll pay you for it because I think everybody else here would really benefit from it. Now, obviously that's a good thing to do anyway, practically speaking, for the benefit of, the improvement of your chatters. But it's also a way for you to essentially say, wow, what you did was so good that I want you to share some of how amazing you are in terms of your knowledge and experience with the rest of the team. And they will look at that person. Maybe some people will be jealous, but whatever. Okay, be jealous. Be jealous that I gave them the attention and not you. All right, number 3, praise them for contributing to the team. So this doesn't apply to models because models, I keep my models separate. Maybe you don't. Most people, I don't know anybody who keeps their models all in the same group. Maybe if I knew them in real life, like if we all lived in the same city, that would be actually really cool. I really want to, I want to do that. You know, like that's so cool. I feel like it's hard in Miami. That's another video, but like it's hard in Miami because like you need a lot of money to do that. You know what I mean? I'm not at that level yet. If I went to fucking Serbia, I would have 6 models and we'd be fucking going to the club every night, right? We'd be going to fancy dinners every night. Because what's a fancy dinner in Serbia? $50 a person? Fine. $50 a person in Miami, like that's an appetizer and a drink, you know, with no tip, like no tax, fucking nothing. So anyway, folks are talking about contributing to the team. If somebody shares a good tip, right? I had one guy it was like maybe a month ago, and he shared something in the group, and well, he really asked me a question. He asked in the group, he's like, "Hey boss, can I like tell a sub that my phone screen cracked and I need to get it replaced and I need $200?" I was like, "That's a great idea. Yeah, you certainly can. Go for it." And I gave him some praise as a reward for coming up with just a great idea. And I was like, you guys need to think outside the box like this guy. He did a great job and blah, blah, blah. And that's it. I had another one, but it's kind of stupid, so we're not going to talk about it. Cool. Thank you for watching the video. I hope that was helpful to you. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.